What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from High on Android and DopeTechDaily.com. Today I'm bringing you guys a video that was requested by a lot of my subscribers and followers on Twitter. That is a comparison of Marshmallow on the Galaxy S7 Edge and Marshmallow on the Galaxy Note 5 for Verizon. Now if you guys did not get your Verizon Note 5 update, it should be there. It rolled out on Friday. So if you have the Verizon Note 5, I encourage you to go over there to System Settings, check for system updates, and it should be there. So Marshmallow is on the Verizon Note 5. Now it hasn't rolled out for any other carriers in the US yet. So T-Mobile, AT&T, and Sprint all still waiting. That's a huge surprise because Verizon is usually one of the later carriers to do updates. I was super surprised to get this, but glad I can do the comparison for you guys. So I just want to run through some of the differences, similarities. It's mostly the same. And then also just a few things that have changed with S Pen and scroll capture on the Note 5 in Marshmallow versus on Lollipop. So first of all, let me just go ahead and open these up. You can see I stepped back to TouchWiz Launcher. You guys know I usually run Action Launcher 3 or Nova. I put TouchWiz on both of them so I could do the comparison. Now if you go to the drop-down menus on the settings, you can see very, very similar. There's going to be some similarities and some differences due to the carrier. This is a T-Mobile phone, the S7 Edge. This is again a Verizon phone, the only one that actually has gotten the Marshmallow update yet. So you can see we got the same quick settings there. Of course, you can manage those and change the quick settings you want, Wi-Fi, etc., all there. Pretty much the same, just a few differences between the carriers for the defaults, but you can change what you have in the quick settings. So if we go to the actual settings menu, you'll also see there are a few differences at the top. Again, you can go in there and select your quick settings, go into edit. You can add up to 9. So if I go into both, you can see here it'll give me a little menu, and you can see I've chosen 6 of 9 so far to have my quick settings right there at the top so I don't have to scroll down. Now going into some of the changes, you can see again these are ordered differently just because of the carrier differences, but I'm going to show you guys some of the actual changes that exist inside these menus. Now the first one that really exists inside the menus is if you go down here, Smart Manager. That is on the T-Mobile S7 Edge, but not on the Verizon Note 5 with Marshmallow. You got the battery, storage, RAM, device security here. This is mainly something that you're probably not going to use if you are an advanced user. You can see here it tells me that one app is running abnormally, and I can click and get some details about that. It tells me Spotify is using a lot of my battery, but that's not really abnormal because it's a music streaming app. So if you're an advanced user, you probably know what's going on. You're not going to really need that. The next thing that's a little different is if you look here, you see further down on the T-Mobile one, we've got home screen there. Now if you scroll the Verizon one, home screen is not actually on any of the settings. To actually find that, you've got to go into, let me go back, you've got to go into applications, and then you need to go to application manager and default applications. You can see your home screens right there. So that's how you're going to change to a third-party launcher if you want. On here, if you have a third-party launcher, which I don't yet on the S7 Edge, you can click on the home screen button directly from the settings. That's going to pull that up and you'll have no problems whatsoever. A few other differences. Wi-Fi calling was enabled in the Verizon Note 5 Marshmallow update. So you can actually do that by going to advanced calling. You see there you've got your HD calling and Wi-Fi calling enabled. That's actually a separate menu option in here. You can see if you go through in the S7 Edge into the connection settings here, you can go through and see Wi-Fi calling is right there. And so let's take a look at a few other differences that we have. Of course, one of the other big differences, you have the Edge screen menu here on the S7 Edge. That is not on the Note 5, of course, so you can play with your Edge panels, etc. And then also if we go into advanced features on both of the phones, you see there's an advanced feature possibility on both. You'll see that the gaming mode is not available on the Note 5. On the right there, you can see that the gaming mode is available on the S7 Edge. That's the game launcher built in with the Vulkan APIs that Samsung talked about at the Mobile World Congress event. That is not on the Note 5 in Marshmallow, so you don't get that. The other important difference, if we go down to the display, which just says display on the S7 Edge, on the Note 5 it does say display and wallpaper. Those are separated out on the S7 Edge. You'll notice that on here we have the option for the always on display. You can see that right there. I can click and control how I want the always on display to work. You can see here on the Note 5 there is absolutely no option for an always on display. So a little bit different there as well. Otherwise, mostly Marshmallow is about the same on both of these phones. You see again, the icons are sort of arranged in a slightly different way, but otherwise there's not really a huge difference between the two, and overall the UI looks very similar. You can see that Samsung put those sort of new icons on there. You can see these sort of more rounded icons. They also don't have sort of that little background in the back. You can actually change that, and you can add the little background in the back that Samsung used to have instead of just showing the full icon, but I think this looks much, much better. You can see it's pretty much the same. So if I show you my social photo folder on both, it's very, very similar. The rest of the UI, I mean, mainly just differences between the two carrier variants. We've got some different software, of course, that's by default installed on the T-Mobile one that's not on the Note 5 for Verizon. Now, the one other thing I wanted to show, so that's about it for the Galaxy S7 Edge comparison. Put that to the side. If you guys have any other questions about the differences between these two, again, the gaming mode and the always-on display is not an option on the Note 5. There's also some slight differences in how the Wi-Fi calling is implemented between these two versions, but otherwise not a lot of huge differences in the UI or in the settings. The other thing I wanted to mention is I am getting better battery life for now on the S7 Edge. You guys can see I've been using both of them today. I've got about 7% more on the S7 Edge. I am running a few more apps on my Note 5, and I also have my Android Wear Watch paired, but I am getting better battery life on the S7 Edge so far, even with the always-on display on. So I'm going to monitor that, of course, and see, with usage on each phone, see how that plays out. But right now, the battery life's a bit better on this phone, and also they're both super smooth. So you guys could probably see as I was navigating about, you can see that both phones, they still both open up apps incredibly fast. Really no jank at all or anything when you're scrolling through your apps or anything like that. If we go through the recent apps, we can scroll through both sets of recent apps, absolutely no problem, no jank, no lag really at all. I haven't noticed any lag on either of these phones. Both of them are running super smooth on Marshmallow. So then the one last thing I wanted to show, which is specific to the Note 5, if I go ahead and bring in my other Note 5, you guys know I have one on T-Mobile that I have rooted here. This one is on Lollipop still because this one I haven't put Marshmallow on here. I should because they're custom ROMs for Marshmallow. I just haven't had time. But it's good that I have Lollipop. I wanted to show one difference. They've changed a little bit how the scroll capture is implemented. So if you remember, if you go back to the Lollipop version and you go to a web page, say like this, you want to take a scroll capture screenshot, which is where you can scroll down and get sort of a full screenshot. You have to pull out the S Pen, you go to screen right, takes a little screenshot, and then at the very bottom there, as you can see, you can go to scroll capture, and then if you click scroll capture, it'll then let you capture more if you want. You get a little menu, it says capture more. I can capture some more down the screen, and then it says there's no more to capture on this particular one, and then I can hit done. So let me try to go to a web page where there's actually something more to capture. I don't know. Let's go to Concept's website. It's a place I like to buy some shoes. So let's try that one more time. Let's go to the screen right, and then let's go to scroll capture here at the bottom, and then let's try to capture some more of the page. So capture more, and then capture more, and then hit done. And then it'll show you right here, screenshot, scrolls captured. It's a really long screenshot. You can then save to the gallery, or you get other options to share here at the bottom, as you can see right there. So I'll go ahead and save that to the gallery. So that was how it worked on Lollipop. It's not the most convenient thing because you have to take out the S Pen to actually use it, which is a little annoying. But in comparison here on Marshmallow, if I want to take a scrolls capture screenshot, let me just go back to Concepts again and show you on the same website so you guys can see. If I want to take the scroll capture screenshot on here, all I need to do is hit the power button and the home button as usual for a screenshot. It'll take it. And then at the bottom, it automatically gives me my various options. So you can see right there at the bottom, it gives you those options for a few seconds. Let me see if I can show it a little better with the black background there. So you take it, at the bottom you've got these options, and you can hit scroll capture right away, and then you can hit capture more, and at the top it's showing you a little preview of what your screenshot's going to look like. And then I can click up here on the little preview, and it'll show me my scroll capture. And then I can go ahead, of course, and do the same things. I can share, etc. from down here. So I can share this to wherever I want, Twitter, etc. Save it to my Google Drive, do whatever I want with it. So this is a little bit more convenient than it was on Lollipop because I don't have to pull out the S Pen. Of course, you can still do it the same way you did with the S Pen if you want, but that's a little bit of an improvement in Marshmallow on the Note 5. Improved scroll capture, just take a screenshot, the button automatically pops up, and you also get a few other options. I don't know if you guys saw that. When you take the screenshot, not only does scroll capture come up, but share and crop are also there. so you can do any of those things that you want. It only stays up for a few seconds, so you have to click that right away, or it will go away and just take the regular screenshot. All right, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about Marshmallow on these various devices. So of course, mainly comparing the S7 Edge and the Note 5. If you guys have any questions about Marshmallow on any of the phones, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Also, you can follow me on Google Plus and Twitter. Ask any questions there. Those links are in the description as well. Please check out all my other Galaxy S7 Edge coverage. Those links are in the description, along with a link to my website, Dope Tech Daily, where I'll have tons of coverage, articles, and for the first time ever, a full written review of the Galaxy S7 Edge in about a week. I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.